All right, this is part 2 of Boston Explosives and what actually happened. Now I can speak a little bit more calmly. If I'm sabotaged, you'll know that I was sabotaged, or actually you won't know I'm sabotaged because I'm not going to stop this recording for at least 15 minutes. In order to explain the quantum matrix that I'm using through my computers to find out about all these things that are happening, I have to draw on other people's input as well. And that's what I was doing the whole week before August the 14th. On August the 14th, I came in here and taped a video 15, 16 minutes into it. By the way, on the YouTube Video Manager, that tape is still processing. It still says it's processing a week later. So, take it for what it's worth. I honestly believe this is not a computer mix-up because out of all my 400 videos since 2009, when my life has been repeatedly sabotaged by federal, state, and local authorities and whatever top-secret, crappy people are involved in all this drama that they're doing to people. Many people will look at my videos and say, oh, this guy's nuts, he needs meds, blah, 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 blah. But most of the comments out of the 30,000 people that have seen all my videos, there have only been less than 20 people that have made those kind of comments, negative comments, or critical comments like I need meds, or that I'm whacked out. In actual fact, I'm probably smarter than all of you people put together, because I've never contributed towards any taxes that killed innocent men, women, and children in other countries yet. I was attacked here in the United States, in California, and Los Angeles by building and safety, the police department, the fire department, the crappy city council, the crappy mayor's office, all of the people, authority figures that I could mention in all my videos, and I'm still going through it. I don't have my own place. I consider myself a prisoner in the United States of evil America. I don't like it here. Now that you've taken every bit, every one of my most valuable possessions, including 30 years of my hard work of my life, that's what you have erased. So you deserve being erased, whether it's the Boston Marathon, whether it's the explosion in, what was it? Nobel, a subdivision of Waco, Texas called Nobel. By the way, in part 1, I mentioned how I knew about the Boston Marathon explosions weeks ahead of time. I haven't mentioned the Waco, Texas explosions. And the authorities still don't know if the fire was intentionally set or whether it wasn't. The two dramatic episodes, which took people's lives and injured a lot of people, happened too close together for it to be a coincidence. I knew about the Waco, Texas explosion 2.5 months before this Boston thing. I was, through my quantum computers, they got it, it comes to me all mixed up. So I knew about that bombing 2.5 months before, because 2.5 months before I got a new phone. And one of the names that were put on that phone was Nobel. And that is not a coincidence. That's the odds of me using the name Nobel and an explosion involving a subdivision in Texas or any place that is connected to the same exact name is very, very big. It's like 1 in so many million, the odds of me coming up with that. But I did not know it would be in Texas, at least right away. So that was in my conscious mind, subconscious and subconscious mind, for at least 2 months and a half. And then the other incidences were broadcast and I was watching. Now you remember, according to quantum physics, there are no coincidences. Like Einstein said, God does not play dice with the universe. Nothing is chance. If entanglement really does exist, then everything is connected. Some things more connected than others. It's just like I'm not the only one to make this claim or theorize that everyone has the ability to predict future events, which some people call psychic, but it isn't. It's all connected to entanglement, and it's connected through the periodic table and the frequency modulation of everybody's atoms. And everybody has a different fingerprint, not just in DNA. The DNA when you're born is shuffled, and then it grows as you grow, and whatever's introduced into your body, foods and so on, changes your complex physical makeup. Therefore, it changes your frequency modulation. Now, only people that are in quantum physics, or medical physics as well, are going to be able to understand this. The rest of you, go stick your nose in a biology book to understand where the hell I'm going from. A chemistry, organic chemistry book, and a biology book. You'll find out that what I'm saying is not too far from being 99% plausible. So, as far as I'm concerned, I was right. And the government continues to ignore me, and now the only way I will ever answer questions is if it's answered on national television with a signed agreement from ABC, CBS, and NBC, as well as lots of money, that they are not going to edit, nor are they going to censor anything that I'm answering to by any so-called quantum experts or law enforcement experts. They're all stupid as far as I'm concerned. They're dumb. Except for the fact that all of them, everybody, does have the capability to have that sixth sense, as they call it. Be able to anticipate things that are going to happen before they happen. Now, I say, from my quantum matrix computer results, that the explosion that happened in Waco, Texas, the subdivision of Nobel, which I knew the name 2.5 months before, and I have witnesses to that, by the way, that all of these events proceeding are domino effect. You know how they say movie stars die in threes. Now, I made a prediction that there's a third event coming, but that eviction may be put off because when I was watching my computers today, the programming officials that were putting the programming was altered. It has nothing to do with what I saw in the previous programming. And that leads me to believe that the programmers that were actually doing the programming, now that they have observed that some terrible events have happened, their conscious and subconscious mind are now going to react differently. So therefore, the programming they do is going to be altered. As a matter of fact, it's going to be screwed up. So screwed up because it's upsetting to see the news of such terrible events happening. So that would affect a person's ability to be calm, kind of in a meditative state, knowing that not too many terrible things have been happening, and therefore they feel a little freer to be able to program certain events or certain programming that other people are watching. These events are not rare. They're actually quite continuous. In the Gulf oil disaster a couple of years ago, many people on YouTube mentioned Revelations of the Bible and how chapter 8 coincides with a lot of events that took place with the Horizon Deep Well event. But other things were mentioned, like the movie Knowing with Nicolas Cage, where they show a similar horizon, Deepwater Horizon, blowing up and falling into the ocean. And that was before the Gulf oil disaster event. Many of these coincidences are not coincidence. They are tied into entanglement. The problem is that, see, no matter how smart you are, no matter how many computers you have running, that includes the NSA and all their Blue Gene computers or their Sequoia computer, no matter how many people you have or different people running it, remember, it takes a person to program that computer, and that person is limited, okay, by their electronic frequency output, the signal that makes them who they are at that moment, at that time, or during that day. And it changes from day to day because your diets change from day to day. And events that you watch on television or on different places are going to change your, let's call it, event horizon. It's a horizon you know is on the other side, but you can't logically see it until you actually get there and see it. Much of this is explained in quantum cryptic communications. That once a person looks at something, they change the environment that was originally presented to you. So no matter how much I talk about this, many of you are just not going to be able to understand it. I'm sure a lot of White House science advisors are now looking at my video, especially the one that was sabotaged on the 14th, and going, you know, one day we're going to have to go to him on hands and knees, that's go to me, and say, oh, I know we can't say enough I'm sorries, how much money can we pay you? You know what, I have an answer for that. Even if that miracle ever happened, you can fill the universe with money and it is not going to be enough for what you've done to me. So enjoy the violence, enjoy the holy war that the Arabs have going on you, America, because it is not going to stop. That, my Matrix computers have absolutely 99.9% predicted it will continue until many, many generations. It's not going to go away. You're not going to be able to erase all this. The only way you can erase it is, like I said before, unconditional surrender to the United States of America, the presidency, the Congress. You don't have any choice. Or give me a free ticket out of here with whatever's left of my possessions and whatever's left of my life, because I don't want to contribute anything to your country. It has too much bad karma chalked up. You got too much of a bad rap sheet. Now, I've already mentioned this before. The whole human race has a bad rap sheet. 7,750 years worth of death, destruction, maiming, killing innocent men, women, and children, wars, McCoy-Hatfield feuds, it doesn't matter. Revenge, revenge, revenge. Well, my form of revenge is the best form. I don't want to do anything bad to anybody. Just that I claim that you shouldn't have been able to have done anything bad to me, and you did, and you used the color of law to do it. And so you got, in exchange, the Boston Marathon explosions, the Aurora Theater shootings, the Sikh temple shootings. You got all of those shootings, all because you did what you did to me, and you ignored my 300 videos. Or is it 400? I think it's 400 videos. So I don't care. I don't have anything to lose by you people ignoring me. I've got nothing to lose. So the bottom line, I don't... Oh, damn it, I can't get the... Shit! Oh. That is such a drag when I'm trying to tape something and I have to deal with a lousy damn phone going off. Alright, so the bottom line, I don't believe in anything or ever will believe anything in America has to offer me. It has offered me nothing but death and destruction in my life, so death and destruction is what all of you are going to get. You don't deserve any reasonable compromise. You cannot undo the years that you have stolen from me. You cannot undo all the things that were very important to me, more important than all the money in the universe. I swear to you. The city of Los Angeles did this to me, and now you can blame the city of Los Angeles, the mayor, the city council, all this for the Boston explosion. You can blame ABC, CBS, NBC. You can blame the White House. You can blame their science advisors. You can blame all the top secret, compartmental people involved. You can blame everybody, because I didn't do anything wrong enough to deserve what I'm deserving every day of my life right now, including violating my health, which is what you people have done. So, enjoy the violence, because that's what you're going to get from now on. As far as I'm concerned, I applaud Al-Qaeda. I applaud their holy war. Why not? That's what you've done to me, secretly under the table, by ignoring me, by neglecting me, by keeping me secret when I ran for mayor of Los Angeles, keeping me totally ignored when I ran for president. 16 different challenges I gave Obama and Romney. If they had met me on any stage during those 2 years that I leveled, over 2 years, 16 different challenges, if they had answered even one of those challenges, the Aurora shooting would not have happened, the Sikh temple shooting would not have happened, all the shootings and bombings that have happened, including maybe even the Waco incident, would not have happened, because until they find the source of the fire, they're not going to know whether it was a terrorist event or not. And believe me, you've got Homeland Security, FBI running all over that fertilizer plant. Because what is it that took out the Oklahoma City building? A fertilizer, a truck full of fertilizer and diesel fuel. So don't tell me that there isn't any possibility that that was a complete coincidental accident. To me, if I was an investigator, no way was it an accident. Let me investigate the scene in Waco, and I'll tell you whether it was an accident or not. Did they have cameras everywhere through that fertilizer station? Well, if they did, they're all gone because that explosion blew out all those apartments and homes. So what do you want to say? That you're going to be able to check the videos? I don't think you're going to find any videos of anything of who started that fire. And if it was a terrorist attack, that's total genius, absolute genius, to have set that fire knowing that those fertilizers would go off. So, hey, live with the terrible, evil destruction. Live with the fact that innocent men, women, and children in America are going to die because of what you've done to me. You could have answered me, Mr. Bilderberg puppet Obama president. You could have at least called me, Mr. Romney, and said, hey, there's a possibility we're going to debate you. You're a nobody. You're one of 300 candidates running for president. Let's see if you can really knock us off the stage and smear us off the stage like you claim you were going to. But see, they know that if they were to debate me on stage, they'd give me all that attention. Their attention, which the media has been giving them 100% of the time, all of a sudden would divert to me. All of a sudden, they'd also try and unravel my past. Well, unfortunately, I've never been interviewed, and I've never been arrested. I'm not who the government thinks who I am. I have a twin, and he's older than me, and there's no way you're going to be able to connect us two. You can maybe smear him, but you won't be able to smear me, because there is no past on me. You have done tremendous damage, and you're all going to pay for it even bigger. My quantum computer matrix computers are never, never wrong. Sometimes I can overlook an item, and I do it often, and that is probably not intentional. It's probably, it's probably because of the stress I'm under. But whatever happens, you people should have thought about it before you took my cars, my boats, my motorhomes, my hobbies, and you're still doing it. Forced me into storages, forced my stuff to be auctioned off. I never wanted to be in storages. No, you just really screwed my life up. Set my house on fire on the corner of DeSoto and Hart. I bet it was Chase Bank that set that fire in my house. I was already evicted. I was already moving out. What was there to gain by setting my house on fire and setting my cars on fire that were still in the garage? No, all of this was orchestrated by the federal government, the state government, and the local governments. That's how they work. Now, you don't want to believe me? That's fine. Get ready for the next explosion, because it's going to be even bigger than Waco, Texas. You're probably going to have Homeland Security teams, military at every fertilizer plant all over the country. You're going to be coming unglued because you overlooked that one, didn't you? That someone could set a fire someplace, and boom, off it goes. So I'd think about this before you start condemning me and making negative comments to me. You're the ones that are wrong, not me. And all this violence only proves every one of my 400 videos. Go to the devil, all of you.